I'd like to call the planning board, January planning board meeting to order. First order of business is the oath of office. Fred, could you go up to the podium, please?
Repeat after me. I, Alfred Fontana,
I, Alfred Fontana,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of North Carolina,
of North Carolina,
not inconsistent
not
therewith,
inconsistent therewith,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as an alternate member
as an alternate member
of the Planning Board
of the Planning Board
of the town of North Topsail Beach.
of the town of North Topsail Beach.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, Kate. Congratulations, Fred, and welcome back. Okay, so everybody read over the agenda. Can I get a motion to
Motion
approve?
to adopt the agenda?
A second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next order of business is approval of the minutes, where you have the minutes in front of you from November 9th. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second?
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and we have other minutes from the joint meeting, the November 30th joint meeting with the Board of Aldermen. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. The next order of business is public comment. Is there anybody here that would like to make public comment? Okay, well, thank you. The next order of business is new business, and it's the commercial plan review for Seaview Fishing Pier. Deb, whenever you're ready to present the staff's report. And it should be in your packet. Page 15 is the beginning.
This is case ZFP 23-000234, Seaview Fishing Pier LLC by Greg Ludlam. The property address is 124 Fishing Pier Lane, tax map 774F-98. There's a public hearing by the, scheduled for February the 7th, 2024 at 11 a.m. by the Board of Aldermen. The applicant requests review and approval of plans for a 15 and a half by 28 foot restroom addition and a 6 by 6 uncovered deck attached to the existing commercial 51 foot by 34 foot building at Seaview Fishing Pier. The property zone B2. Existing land use is business. The purpose of this district is to provide an area for fishing piers and fish houses. The surrounding zoning and land use to the north is zoned R10 and is vacant. To the east is R10 duplex. To the south is the Atlantic Ocean, and to the west is B2 Hotel. Site improvements is a commercial 51 by 34 foot building. There's a shed on the property and also a commercial fishing pier. The size of the property is 2.5 acres. The compatibility with the Campbell Land Use Plan, also adopted as the town's comprehensive plan. The future land use map indicates mixed-use business, and compatibility with the Unified Development Ordinance pursuant to Section 2.23, development plans involving new construction of commercial space must be approved by the Board of Aldermen before the issuance of a zoning permit. The planning board shall review and make recommendations prior to recommending action by the Board of Aldermen. In accordance with section 2.15, paragraph D, minor modifications shall follow the same development review and approval process required for issuance of the development approval and the review and approval of any major modification of that approval. The initial planning department review of this application is complete. The retail building and fishing pier was established prior to the incorporation of the town. The building inspector has reviewed the preliminary engineered building plans for the proposed addition to Seaview Pier. The plans appear to meet the requirements of the 2018 North Carolina Building Code. There may be minor changes related to the existing features of the structure that will be examined by the building inspector and the fire chief once construction of this addition begins. These changes may include additional exit signs or relocation of existing exit signs, width of open travel distance to exits, and other life safety issues to the existing structure that will be resolved at that time. None of these issues affect the proposed addition and are typical when adding to an existing commercial structure. The fire marshal recommends that the emergency light above the exit door be moved to the center of the wall across from the bathroom doors due to not knowing what was going to be stored or how it would be stored in the storage room. A fire extinguisher will need to be mounted in the hallway. Periodic walkthroughs will transpire during construction as construction progresses. The fire chief has reviewed the plans and has no objections to the proposal. The public works director recommends that the asphalt connection to the New River Inlet Road be repaired. And as attachments to the staff report is the preliminary plot plan, otherwise known as the site plan. In addition to the site plan that's attached to the hard copy printout, I printed out an 11 by 17 for the planning board members, and I've color coded in blue the 15.5 by 28 foot proposed restaurant addition, and then in pink is the proposed 6 foot by 6 foot uncovered deck. Also included in the package are the engineered plans, the elevation certificate, the V-zone certificate. The DEQ stormwater permit is included. It was identified on the site plan, and I had requested Mr. Lyle provide a copy just as part of my review. The Campbell Minor permit 108-23 is included for the proposed bathroom and deck. ONWAS's intention to provide sewer service dated November the 17th, 2023 is also included. Does the planning board have any questions?
Yeah, I just had one. The connection to the street, the driveway, if the modifications are made or improvements, does NCDOT need to issue a new driveway permit, or can they make those improvements without a permit?
I reached out to, there was a Jumpo meeting, and the coordinator for the meeting in Jacksonville missed my email. And so when I contacted him, he reached out to NCDOT. I have not gotten a response back from NCDOT prior to this meeting. So I'm still trying to coordinate that. I'm still trying to get communication or some response on how to address that. So the answer is I don't know. I don't know what the answer would be. They would be the permit authority, so I would have to ask them.
I was just wondering if you could require improvements on state right-of-way if it's not their property.
That's not the, NCDOT requires, NCDOT driveway permits occasionally when it is not the private property owner's property. So it depends. So because they're the permit authority, Kate, as the permit specialist, has to coordinate that with NCDOT. So. As we used to say in the military, I don't know, but I'll find out. We're still working on it.
Hopefully, you'll have an answer before the public hearing next month.
Did you all have anything to say about the permit with the modification of the driveway?
If you want to, if you'll come up to the microphone and make sure that, just push that button and make sure that it's red.
Everybody in here can't hear you.
Yeah.
Everybody can't hear you.
And introduce yourself, please.
I'm Greg Love with the Homer CDBG.
Hold on, Greg, it's not on.
It's not on, it's not red. Come on, Kate, get me going.
You got the red light now.
We have the same problem at my driveway as the town has at the park. Water that will not go nowhere. When it rains with the angle of the road and it runs off the bridge and all comes right to that one section. My water, my storm water don't go in that road. This is all standing water problems. And to the point it's eroding the asphalt there, which I can't fix the asphalt on the road. I mean, what we do, we put a load of rock out there and we keep it the best we can. And of course, being on this turnaround space, here comes another 100 trucks every week, won't use the driveway, turn around, keep knocking it back. But we do the best we can. We fight it all the time. I don't know the solution to it because of the way the water runs. And they're not going to put no ditches on this beach. I can promise you that. There's not no ditching for it. And years ago, Thomas had DOT clean out from under the rails of the bridge. When it would come off of that bridge coming this way, he called somebody and they cleaned out from under the railing of the bridge, and that helped a lot. But that, that was a couple of hurricanes ago. So that's my opinion on that and where I'm at with that. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
We got standing water that don't go nowhere.
Did you put a load of gravel in?
Yeah, we put a load of gravel in there today. We put probably 3 or 4 loads of gravel there every year in the driveway area. And it's still, and as the water stands, it pushes it all the way over across the yellow line. Mm-hmm. That whole side of it is covered in water every time it rains.
Does anybody have any more questions?
So before we go on, Wes, do you mind stepping up to the microphone? And if it's okay, for the benefit of the planning board, I'd like to ask you the same question.
Okay.
I'd like to ask you the same question again for their benefit. So I mentioned that 2015 stormwater permit earlier. And so it was issued in 2015 for the parking lot. And so there was an engineering plan that was done, and a stormwater permit by DEQ was issued. Was the construction in accordance with those plans and that permit that were issued, was that construction for the stormwater completed?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and so when Mr. Ludlam stated that the problem wasn't the stormwater and the flooding on that property, is that because of the stormwater system that was, the engineered stormwater system that was installed in accordance with that permit and those plans on that property.
The stormwater permit, the work that was done for the stormwater permit does not affect what's happening now.
Okay. Because there's a catch basin there?
Correct.
And so it goes to the catch basin?
Yes.
And not towards the road or off of the property?
Correct.
The stormwater is maintained on the property?
Correct. And to add to that, as Greg was saying, the other problem is the road is super elevated to the inside of the curve, so all the water is going to him, and like you said, it can't go up or down the road. That driveway is essentially the low spot for a couple 100 feet both ways. So yeah, he can put gravel in there every couple of months, and it just pushes down into the sand as cars drive over it.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions on the planning board? Okay. So,
I'll make a motion to approve this item with the conditions that Deb has outlined in her report.
okay.
And rather than, so the conditions,
Oops. Should I just say I recommend we send it to the Board of Aldermen? Is that a better motion?
can I help you? Do you mind if I help you?
Yes, you may. You had it proposed, so. Okay.
So if you
You
want
want me to
to,
read that?
yeah, so if you want to, the planning board recommends that the Board of Aldermen conduct a public hearing on February 7th at 11 a.m. to review and approve the development plan as indicated in attachments 1, 6, and 37. And you can say, instead of the condition, you can say condition of repair and maintenance, or you can say that,
Based on DOT's recommendation, or? Yeah.
based on staff's coordination with NCDOT and the applicant.
Yeah. You comfortable with that?
Yes. Okay. I will make a motion. The planning board recommend to the Board of Aldermen to conduct a public hearing on February 7th, 2024 at 11 a.m. to review and approve the development plan as indicated in the attachments 1 through 7 with the condition that there's coordination as stated by the planning director. There's coordination with the DOT and the applicant.
And staff, you can throw staff in there.
And staff, given the conditions outlined in her report.
Do we hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Now, if I could get a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 That's good.